What is our parliament? A purpose. Oh, ha ha. All right, Joe. Solving the problems of the world, one movie at a time, one argument at a time. Which one's better? They came out at the same time. Which one captures the end of the world, angsty teenage wilderness? Maze Runner versus Hunger Games.
So I have watched and read both of those.
All right.
I think Hunger Games has a stronger first book. I think Maze Runner has a stronger final book.
For those of us who aren't nerds, what about the movies? Although those are very nerdy movies.
So Hunger Games stuck to the books better than Maze Runner did. Maze Runner was fine, but they pivoted a lot from in the movies compared to the books. And don't even get me started.
Such a bookist.
And don't even get me started with Divergent. There's a reason why that series got completely canceled.
Nobody got started with Divergent.
Exactly.
Bubba. Nobody.
They went completely. It was. The books are actually really good.
We're only talking movies here. Most of us in this world have not read the books and seen the movies. So I appreciate you actualing me to death. But let's stick to the movies.
Okay, if we're sticking to the movies, then I'm going to have to give it to Hunger Games. The Hunger Games movies.
Steven goes, die. What now? You said Divergent because I know. I'm just making fun of it.
Yeah, he says, I just don't think it's memorable. The movies were not good for Divergent.
They did bad writing. I can't say the acting was bad if the writing starts off bad. For the movies, don't do the books.
The books are actually a million times better than the books than the movies because they go completely off the rail.
As a former reader, I cannot tell you the last physical book. I can't tell you the last physical book I read. Southerland or whatever Bob Magoo calls his short stories book. That one I'm reading. But other than that, I listen to books and I watch movies. So yes, my books are almost always better than movies. Back to Hunger Games versus Maze Runner. For me, all day long. What do you think I'm going to say?
I think you're going to say Maze Runner.
You're absolutely right. Maze Runner. From start to finish, you didn't see the twist coming. It didn't harp on one thing. It didn't rehash old tropes. It just started and it kept going and you kept wondering what was going to happen next. And then it took you to the next level with the next movie. And then it all made sense. I enjoyed Hunger Games, but it was post-apocalyptic, right? Coliseum, Gladiator, whatever stuff. So, I mean, it was fine. It is entertaining and well written, but it's just rehashed every time they hit it back, right? Hunger Games, Mockingjay, yeah.
And I haven't seen the prequel that they put out yet either on that one.
I haven't seen that one yet either. It looks fun, kind of. I mean, it looks entertaining is what I mean to say. Fun is not what these movies, these movies are not fun. They're very they're supposed to be anxiety driven, action. For me, Maze Runner, just from the premise all the way through, just held for me. I loved it.
Yeah. And the issue with Maze Runner is because I've read the books, to be completely honest.
Sure.
And so I see what it could have been versus what it was. And so if you liked the movies that much, you might consider giving the books a listen to on audiobook form or whatnot.
Sure, yeah. I might do that.
Because they diverted quite a bit. I mean, every movie diverts from the books to some degree.
Have to, right?
I think one of the most scene by scene adaptations that I've ever read versus watched is probably the newest Dune and Dune 2. And it's because they took one book and split it into two movies, and they did painstakingly scene to scene. They cut very little from the book.
I guarantee they still cut something. You almost have to with these movies.
With that one, they cut some things that logistically would have been a problem. So because from Dune 2, they cut out well, they transformed it into something different. They took a character who was supposed to be a little girl. This you've seen the movie, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how you see those scenes of the sister?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of that is her as a little girl talking. And so they, instead of doing that, they cut it into her consciousness talking while she's still in the womb. And so they still got the essence of it, just not the same way, which logistically finding a super young actress that could convincingly play, I mean, I guess they could try to motion capture it with Andy Serkis, but
you in the circus, man, just run away to Andy. Come on.
But back to Hunger Games and Maze Runner. Hunger Games does fall flat on the last book, but as far as the movies go, I did enjoy them a bit more than Maze Runner.
I felt flat too, but
it does.
Again, entertaining. You know, you can definitely come at us. WNNshow@gmail.com. We'll read all the complaints for sure. Especially
if you're a Divergent diehard and you absolutely love the movies. Come at us, because they weren't.
They weren't. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you liked them, but just like I mock my children for liking Panda Express doesn't mean it's good just because you like it.